I'm old enough to remember when you were a big time talent in Chicago in high school, and I know a couple of you guys got together and played for DePaul. And as I remember, that was the best generation DePaul had since Mark Aguirre.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you talk about a little about those days?
Man, it was a lot of fun for us, man. Chicago kids, myself, Lance Williams, Bobby Simmons, Rashawn Burno coming from Jersey, but we were all, coming
Stephen
in.
Hunter?
Steve came the next year.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
part of our,
Oh,
our
yeah, yeah,
original
yeah.
class. He
Yeah,
came
yeah.
the following year. But
Yeah.
yeah, like originally us going, we were all freshmen coming in. It was the first time, like you say, since Mark Aguirre and Terry Cummings and those guys, where they had real Chicago public schools, Chicago kids coming to DePaul that were like ranked in the country and things like that. So it was an exciting time.
What's special about Chicago basketball?
Man, the way we are, the way we come up, man. I feel like guys that come out of Chicago and they make it through that we have a toughness in our DNA that you don't find in many places. And I mean, we got as far as like the actual game, I feel like we one of the cities that we represent everything. We got guys that could shoot, we got guys that could post up, guys that could, got crazy handles, could jump really high, be flashy and different things. So I feel like we take a little bit from, we in the Midwest, so we get a little bit from everywhere.
Yeah. Is it hard to succeed in Chicago through, like, if you're born there, then try to play basketball, go through high school, through college, to catch the NBA? Is it hard?
For me, I don't want to. I'm not gonna say it was easy, but I mean, I don't want to. I don't. I guess elements of it was hard, but for me, it was just basketball, and it was like that was all I did for as long as I could remember. And it was like once you got to, once I got to high school and got to a certain level, the NBA was a given. Once you leave these camps and you have NBA scouts and things there, it wasn't a if, it was a win. Once after we went to Nike camp and you have a great camp and you have NBA scouts calling your AAU coach, it's like now it's a realization that I could really do it.
So, like, I heard this incredible stat that there were like 3,700 players in the history of the NBA. Imagine that, 75 years of NBA.
Yes.
There are less than 4,000 jobs.
Right.
Like, when did you know that you're gonna stay in the NBA for the long time? What was the breaking point of your NBA career when you realized, okay, I'm gonna be here for, I don't know, 10 plus years?
When David Stern called my name at the draft day, at draft night when I got drafted, that was it for me. I knew when I got in the door, you weren't getting me out of here in less than 10 years. I was going to be around. Because I wasn't afraid to do work. I was going to work hard, and I felt like I had a good level of talent, but I felt like whatever I was lacking, I would make up for with my work ethic and how hard I worked. So I knew in my mind, right then, I felt like, it's over. They let me in. I'm not going nowhere for a long time.
Who showed you the ropes? Who were the guys that showed you the way to act on the court and off the court?
I would say the first guys that really made an impact on me as far as on some veteran level and really showed me the right things to do and the right ways to go once I started listening to them, it was Sean Rooks, who was an older veteran on our team, and he's passed since then, God bless his dead, but he was a big-time influence, and then Dennis Johnson, who also has passed, God bless his dead. He was obviously a world-famous Celtic, but he was an assistant coach for us then. And those were two guys that, obviously we looked up and respected Dennis Johnson for everything we knew about him, how great he was. And then he was somebody we hit it off with right away and we related to. And then Sean Rooks was actually our teammate. He was older. He had a family. He had kids. And he was showing us as a pro, these are the ways you're supposed to act and carry yourself.
Now you were one of the guys that at one point of your career started to make a lot of three-pointers. Mm-hmm. You were playing good D and you were shooting a lot of threes. Now most of the NBA is like that. Was it something new when you started to do it? I think it was in the Suns that you did it, huh?
Yeah, it was. So the way they play now is basically how we were trying to play when we were with the Suns, but it was frowned upon back then. Nobody believed you could play this way and you should play that way. So to see it now, it's like, it's kind of funny. You look at it and you laugh, and but that's how a lot of things go. When we first came in the league, they didn't like us celebrating and doing that, and now that's what the league is all about, having fun and celebrating. So, I mean, it's just times change. I just like to think we was kind of ahead of the curve. We was, ahead of our time.
In your days, was it harder to score than it is now?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I can
because
explain
of the
that.
hand checking, or
because of everything, because of the total. The rules have changed, and all of the rule changes have been in the favor of the offensive player. Yeah. So I mean, obviously that makes it that much easier for the offensive player and that much more difficult. So I mean, back when I came in, like you say, there was hand checking. A guy could guard you and guide you with their hand if they were strong enough. Yes. Like if you ever played against a Joe Dumars or somebody like that, you knew what that was about. Like, these guys are grown men, and I got grown men strength, and if they're able to do that, that's way easier for them to guard you.
Who was the best guy that you saw in your time in NBA? Who was the guy?
Kobe. Point blank. That was the best. That was the best throughout his whole time. Kobe was the man.
And today, who would you pay ticket to see in today's game?
I pay tickets to see a lot of these guys, man. I think.
Like, name two.
I would say two of my favorite, most exciting guys to watch: LaMelo Ball, Tatum from this series, Ja Morant, Luka Doncic. Yeah. Zion, when he's healthy, he's like something you've never ever witnessed before, and like to see that in real. Like, in person is crazy to see him do some of the stuff he does. So, I mean, I think, these young guys, the league is in great, great, great hands.
Do you think he can sustain it with weight, or does he have to get, like, slimmer? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I think he has to, I don't know how much, what number or what that weight is, but I think he obviously has to maintain a level of conditioning to be able to do that, because the big anomaly about him is that you've never seen someone that size do those things. So obviously that's one of the top reasons, he has to keep his conditioning in shape and stay in shape.
Let's talk about these finals. They say, different styles make a great match. Mm-hmm. So like Celtics play a lot different than the Warriors. And what do you think so far with these two games? What have we seen? What do you expect going forward?
I expect this to be 7 games, and when you get to 7 games, anything goes. I mean, this is a series I've gone on TV, I've been on radio. I don't know who's gonna win. I literally don't. I mean, being that Tatum is like a little bro to us, and we got family ties, and we know each other for a long time. I'm rooting for him to win. Nothing against the Warriors, but they already got 3. Steph and those guys are all great. But, I like to see Tatum get one. But I don't know. I literally can't tell you who's going to win. I think it's really going to go tit for tat. Like, I'm saying, the styles, the way the teams are bouncing back. I think the coaches are making great adjustments and doing great jobs with their teams. And I think it's going to continue to be a back and forth. And, everybody knows that 7 game, you throw everything out the window and anything goes.
You used to play in the Suns team that didn't have deep rotation, like 7-8 guys.
Yes.
Celtics play the same, but they play a lot of tough defense, a lot of switching and everything. Do they think they can sustain it till the end? Because they had 2 tough series against Milwaukee, then against Miami.
I mean, I do. I mean, some coaches. Some coaches don't really think they can go 10, 11 deep. And I mean, Coach D'Antoni was like that with us. And I mean, I felt like. Obviously we lost to the Spurs, but I don't think, if we would have won that series, we wouldn't have been able to sustain that rotation with our conditioning and everything. I think Boston, those guys are young guys, and everybody's in great shape. They don't have guys that are out of shape or laboring anything. Even though they've had hard series, I think that they can continue with this pace and with the rotation they have.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.